Just give me a moment. I've got to switch something off so it doesn't keep trying to do things. There we go. Oh, I'm recording this. Make sure I've got the view. Oh yeah, that's a tag myself. Otherwise, I get everybody. Look at that. Beer is not compulsory, but it doesn't hurt. Oh, I've had a busy day, and I think one beer on a sunny day doesn't hurt anybody. Okay, so here we go. Bounce. I still haven't put all the posters up yet, but I will do. So all our indoor classes will be opening from week beginning the 17th. As Steve was saying, people are coming back and people know. I know Tony told me for Bourneville that people will be opening again. The monthly Sundays, we're going to start that again in June. So if you look on the calendar, June, there's no one in June, at the moment, there's not one in July or September, but we will be doing a weekend. The whole weekend will be in October, which will be the first weekend in October. Forwards and backwards. And over the weekend, we'll be doing in depth, looking at the form, push hands, body connection, looking at how the fascia works in terms of form movement and partner work. And on the Sunday afternoon, we'll be Badwa Jin, which will be the Qigong set. I forgot to turn the microphones off. Yeah. So on the Sunday, 3rd of October, on the afternoon, we'll be working our way through 8 strands of brocade, most likely. If you've not been to that, some of you have. If you've not been, it's in Wheeler Hill Village Hall in Bourneville. There's got nice space inside and outside, depending on the weather. Change legs. Jenny told me today, she says, you'll be really aching tonight. Tell everybody you'll be aching. You've been doing Tai Chi like 4 or 5, 6 times today. I like to think I've worked up an appetite for my tea. So sit back. Okay, so number 1, release, extend, release, extend, release. So the aim of number 1 is segmentation. So you're looking at the flow of movement through your joints. So ankle to knee to hip, through your spine, out through your arms. You can go slowly. You can go up and extend, change, turn. Up and extend, change, turn. Or you can do it more quickly. It doesn't matter as long as you're paying attention to the feeling of movement through your body. That I'm pushing up through my feet, out to my fingertips. Up through my feet, out to my fingertips. And torque, number 2. Change weight. So you're moving into the arm, 50-50, 50-50, 50-50, 50-50, 50-50, change weight, turn, and turn. So you're using your waist to pull your arm towards you and creating that torque. Again, you can move slowly, breathing in and out, in and out, in and out. We can move quickly and loosely. Sometimes this gets called Song Gong or relax alive exercise, or sometimes it gets called throwing hands, or translated as throwing hands. The aim is that you're loosening your body, mobilizing and connecting your body. Always upright, spine straight down, suspended from above, loose. Number 3, compression. When we do the weekend in October, I'm going to spend more time breaking these exercises down. We've got at least a day and a half, whole days. We can apply the movements in push hands. We can apply the movements in form practice, body connection. Shoulders relaxed. Press. Press. Press, expand. Push your feet. Remember, you're looking for the experience of pressing your feet into the ground, pressing your feet into the ground, pressing your feet into the ground so that it expands up. As you release down, you're releasing your weight into your body, into your feet. So the pressure builds up in your legs. So you reach the bottom. And you push your feet. Expand. 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 Okay, number 4. Drop the body, lift your arms. You can just search YouTube for Master Wong 5 loosening exercises. And you'll see him doing it himself on a rooftop. It's quite loose and quite quick. Hands together, push out, bend your knees, swing through. Remember, you're mobilizing the spine. Side to side. Rotate your shoulders. Is forwards, curl up. So as I said with this one is mobilizing your chest and mobilizing your shoulder blades, your scapula, open, drop. And each of the other parts are mobilizing your spine in this way, this way, this way, and that way. So you 3 directions. Okay, here. So now push, just sit as low as is comfortable. You don't have to go all the way down, just as low as is comfortable, and swing through and through your spine. So you're flicking along your spine like a ripple. Side to side, you're rotating your spine nice and loosely. Just as low as is comfortable for you. You're rolling your shoulders and rolling your hips. So you're kind of snaking your spine. These forwards, curl up. So you're mobilizing your spine in all 3 planes. So you're mobilizing your spine this way, and this way, in all 3 directions. Okay? That's what you think when you do the 3 parts. You're mobilizing your spine in all 3 planes. So this way, like this way, you're rotating it, and you're snaking it, or mobilizing it by rolling your hips and your shoulders. Because when you roll your hips and your shoulders, that mobilizes in each of the 3 planes of your spine. Because, as I said before, if you look at the spine, you can see there's a vertebrae, and each of these vertebrae are connected together with sponge, and each of these sponges get fed by mobilizing them. So the more you can mobilize each vertebrae, the more your spine will feed and naturally help the whole body. Okay. Number 5. Here, turn, under up. This is a vertical circle. Under up, under up, under up, under up. So you're kind of falling off your back leg, down through and pushing up from your front leg. Falling off your front leg, underneath and pushing up off the back leg. Leg, push up, back leg, release. So I'm letting my body move forwards, falling off, catching myself in the front leg, then pushing it up off the front leg. And I'm moving slightly backwards, falling off the front leg into the back leg and catching myself pushing up and making like a vertical circle. Do that for about 6. And heel and toe, like you're putting your sock on, About 6. And turn, under up, under up. This is how you move from posture to posture. And if you're going toward, you don't just move in one plane, move under up, under up, under up. Heel and toe. It's almost like you're pulling the sock on to pull your foot back. And turn, and up, up. If you're doing this correctly, you're dropping your weight in and pushing up, dropping weight in and pushing up. You feel thighs working quite a lot because they're powering you up. And your calves working because they're powering you up. They're powering you up. And here, heel and toe, heel and toe. And turn. Heel and turn. Okay, back to the center and rise. If you spent, I know, just a few minutes doing, say, that one, and then practicing your form, how you move through each posture, you find it powers your body up, powers your body up, powers your body up. That's why you do the 5 of these exercises to build them into your body movement, and you choose one to practice a little bit longer to focus on that particular feeling feedback through your body, and do some form movement, bring it to life and to bring your form more three-dimensional. Here we go. Hopefully everyone's ready. Take your knees and relax, suspend from above. Preparation, sink, turn, wings alive, body alive. Step out shoulder width and turn. Change weights and turn. 50-50, beginning. Push up through your body, out through your hands. Release. Expand as you push out through your feet. Release down. Foot off left, weight on the left leg. Turn the whole ball. Change weight, moving forwards. Release. Under up as you expand. Foot off right, release. Step under up as you would off right. Roll back. Expand. press, separate, push, single whip all the way around. Move away from your hands, in and down. As you expand out, go with beak, cross up, and expand. Lift hands, draw back, sit forwards and shoulder, white crown spreads wings. Brush neutral step. Step up, play guitar, brush neutral step. Flex down, parry and punch. Hand closer. Push. Cross hands. Expand out, you push out. Wait 50-50, cross, up. Embrace tiger, return to mountain. Wait into your left leg, turn, open. Step through to the corner, back, and rotate. Roll back. Press. Separate. Push. Diagonal single whip around. In. Out. Remember, you don't push your hand out. You turn. You move away from your body. You expand out. Wrist under elbow. Step back. Step. Step. Wrist under elbow. Repulse monkey 1, open. Step back. Straighten your feet parallel. Repulse monkey 2, turn. Back. If you notice, my left hand's over my left foot. And I step. I move. Left hand still over my left foot. Turn. Back. Parallel. Diagonal flying. Turn. Cloud hands. In. Step forwards. Forward off. Neck creeps down. Turn out. Down. Golden cock stands on one leg. Step back. Golden cock. Body forwards as you step back. Roll back. The first toe kick. Sink, separate, kick. Step back diagonally. You sit back, move away from your front hand. Roll back, turn your left foot in, left heel in. Kick, free toe. Move forward, extend down our space here. Step back, turn. Lift the knee, separate and kick with the heel. Okay. So once we're getting used to that, I'm going to turn, lift the knee, separate and kick with the heel. What I'm doing is I'm not going to kick. What I'm doing is I'm connecting my body. When I kick, that hits the floor. So I'm not kicking with my foot. So I'm kicking a hole in the wall. When I kick, I'm pushing into the wall. So if you want to almost exaggerate it for practice, it's good to put your foot and push yourself to get a feeling of pushing yourself. And you think, well, if I don't push myself, what connects that foot to that floor? What connects that foot to that floor? Because remember, if I'm kicking somebody, what I'm not doing is kicking them. What I am doing is turning, separating, holding them, and put my foot in their way. So I'm putting my foot in their way and they're walking onto it. And so if you're lifting and separating and taking that person's balance or their punch and putting your foot there, you need to make sure that doesn't push you over, because they're walking into a solid. When I kick, that's somebody walking into a solid, they're walking into the floor. You're not just trying to go, it's not taekwondo, it's not karate, you know, it's not Thai boxing, you're not kicking someone. What you're doing is putting your foot up and they're walking into it. All the time in Tai Chi, you're leading somebody onto you. You're not hitting them or punching them or kicking them. So I'm not parrying them and then kicking them. I'm leading them past. I'm coming here, their punch comes in, I take the punch, I lead it past, I hold their balance, and my foot goes up. But my foot hitting them is their energy coming onto me. So it's really important that when you practice, it is good if you've got a solid wall or there's a tree in your garden or something that you practice hitting that solidly, realizing that when you hit that hits the floor. It's not me kicking. So if they don't come in, they don't get hurt. It's a simple rule. If their energy comes forward, they run into a solid, they get hurt. If their energy doesn't come forward, you just kick in space. This is all about testing our balance. Here, separate, kick. Relax down, step, brushing through step. So I am going to go kick and then try and catch myself. I'm moving, pushing out with my heel, relaxing my leg back, stepping, brushing into a step. Okay. So you have a go. You have a go. When you do the heel kick, turn, cross, separate, lift the knee, kick out the heel, relax the hand and foot back, relaxing into your supporting leg, step forwards. When the ground is solid, move forwards, brushing into a step. Sit back, turn, come forward, step forwards, brush right knee to a step. Sit back, hurry down, step forwards, low punch. Okay. The low punch, somebody said to me once, a guy who practices Wadaru karate, he said, oh, a punch should be like a drawing pin, when the pin is the hand that's hitting, and the head of the pin is the whole body pushing it in. I thought, yeah, that's a perfect example. It might be from Wadaru karate, but it's exactly how Tai Chi works. What I don't do is I don't parry and then hit. I parry and move my whole body pushes the pin in. And then my body's leaning forwards because I'm going down at an angle, although I'm aiming for the dantian or the bladder, that kind of area. So a brush, second brush into a step, parry, step forwards, low punch. So I'm adding my whole body, my arm is in a different angle. My arm is kind of 90 degrees to my body. So you can see as my body leans forwards, the angle of the punch goes down. My body is upright, it would be straight. My body leans forwards, angle of the punch goes down. So I'm hitting downhill towards the dantian or towards the bladder. What I'm doing is parrying, move my body down. Now you can use this as a punch. You can also use it as a cow, as a shoulder. So I'm moving in. So you can go in with a shoulder because the whole body moves in. You can use it as a throw. So you hit, and then you lift up toward a right to throw over your back. You can use it as a throw. If anyone's done any wrestling or grappling, then the idea of shooting for the legs. You can come in, shoot for the legs, there's a punch, this hits the body, this hits the legs, water right, and you lift up, throw them over the back. Okay, that makes sense as a concept. Okay, so you're hitting down an angle, your whole body, whether it be your shoulder or your hand, whether you're going down at an angle, compress, compress, whatever hits. If you hit their body or their hip, if you hit them with this, if you shoot through, take the legs, that angle, that compression, that's what you're hitting into. Okay. Same thing applies. What hitting is not you punching, it's the whole body, like a drawing pin, where the head is the whole body, and the arm is a pin, whole body pushes it in. Let's have a look at what everyone's up to. Okay. I can't secretly have a beer off the camera. Okay. Let's see you do this. So I want you to see the kicks. So from second golden cock, move over here a bit, second golden cock. First toe kick, step back diagonally. Like you asked me last week, Isabel, so you step back diagonally. You sit back away from your hand. Turn, bring your toe in. Turn round, bring your heel in. So you're resting into your right leg. And then when you separate the hand and toe. You're kicking the shin and tapping the face from that direction. And you step back diagonally the other way, body forwards. Move away from your front hand. You turn, bringing your left toe in. Bringing your left heel in. Relaxing into your right leg so you've got your balance. You separate and kick with the toe. And from here, heel kick. Put the heel behind, the toe behind on the ground. You know, spin around on your right heel. Spin around on your right heel. So you put 90 degrees. Wrist crossed. Lift your knee. Separate and kick. Brush and twist step. Rest your foot. Down. Brush. Sit back. Brush right knee. Twist step. Sit back. Low punch. Okay, let's check how you're getting on. You okay, Carol? You fine? Yeah. I'm just looking you. I'm just checking you're okay, Carol. It looks like you were in your own world then. Just checking. All right. That's good, Nigel. Just don't take your hand behind your body. So although if I turn here, the hands always stay in front. So if I turn and I do a brushing twist step, unless I'm taking over my ear, it goes up and in. If I'm doing brushing twist step around, it never goes behind, because if it goes behind, it opens my shoulder, takes my balance. Even when I'm around, my hand's in line with my nose. And I step and I come in my nose and turn and push. Sit back and turn. This hand, nose, step, nose, boom. Cheng Man Ching developed what you call the 5 animal exercises. So there's bear, ape, stag, bird. Other one. Okay, tiger. So tiger is brushing a twist step. And then what you do is you practice brushing a twist step over and over again, moving forwards. And so what we're doing is I'm doing brushing a twist step. As I sit back, I make the bear shape. I come forwards, my hands in line with my nose. I step forwards, hands in line with my nose. I move in, I can move my finger towards my nose, and I turn and push. Sit back, I make bear. I sit forwards, fingers in line with my nose. step forwards, fingers in line with my nose, move forwards, I turn. So all the time, what you never do here, you never take your hand away. If I take my hand, I take my head, so it's always in line. When you do a brush and twist step, it goes around, in, and forwards. Around, in, and forwards. It never goes out. I never open the shoulder joint. I never disconnect my hand from my face. When it opens, in, forwards. And the same, it opens, in, forwards. When you first learn brushing twist step, you might go out into the shoulder and push. But gradually, you're just keeping the bear shape going all the time. If I keep the bear shape going all the time, I'm turning, bear, in, bear. My hand might be higher and lower, but it's still bear shape. Okay. So always connected to your nose. You comfortable with that? Any questions about that? You okay? I can get a big stick to show you. I haven't got a massive nose, but I just wanted to get an idea of where it's connecting. I've got a house full of tripods at the moment. But that idea when I turn, see from what, when I turn, yeah, from my nose to my finger is a straight line and connecting like a big long stick. Well, Pinocchio would be good at Tai Chi because you can connect his nose to your hand. So as I turn, the hand in the face and the nose follows, and as I bring it back, in, as I push. When we first learn these movements, we first learn it is definitely very much out, in, push, out, in, push. But once you get to the idea of the bear, and you get more practice with connections, it's out, in, push. But if you see, although my hands are here, it would be no different than if they were here. I'll just move one higher up. Yeah, push, bear, and comes up, still bear shape, still connected to the nose. Turn, still connected to the nose, still bear shape. In. So to remember where the hands here, my hands here, it's still that rounded shape. The still hands are connected, still in line with one nose. So the energy comes from my center up to my elbow up, connected to my nose. Okay, so you just, that's why it's good to practice this bear exercise. So we'll do this for a moment. I'll not do it for a moment to get your connection back. I'll just put this on one screen so when you watch it later, it's got me doing it. So bear, you hold the ball, weight 50-50, change, turn, change, turn, change, turn. You can go onto YouTube and type in Tai Chi Bear and you'll see loads of people doing this. Cheng Man Ching said it was a main exercise, he called it constant bear. It's his main exercise that he personally practiced. Constant bear. Change, turn at the quad, inguinal canal turn, up. Again, once you get this feeling of change, turn, change, moving away from your hands, turn, move away from your hands, turn. When you get this connection, then you play with this for a minute or two until you've got the feeling, the body connection. And you take this movement and apply it to brushing your twist step, apply it to ward off. Brushing and twist step is the most obvious. Change, turn, change, turn. So if I do this now, and then move to brush and twist it. So this is why Cheng Man Ching and Wang Jing Shen developed these auxiliary exercises. If you practice them, it builds a habit, a pattern of movement and feeling, body feeling. And when you build that mind-body feeling connection, then you take that and put it into your form practice to make it more alive. Have a look. How are we doing? That's good, Nigel. That's good. Get the same movements in Dalu as well. Try not to move your hands too separate, Richard. It gets the temptation to push your hands, but you almost want to, sounds daft, but if you had a stick attaching to your body and a stick attaching to your arm, so almost like you've got some kind of arm calipers. But when I move, I don't really move my arms very much. What I'm not doing is pulling it in and pushing it out. I'm not pulling it in and pushing it out. They don't move very much. The body moves. Push. 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 I'll cover a lot of this in a lot more detail. We can practice face-to-face in October and Bourneville if you can make it. That's it, Rishi, just don't push too far. So when you turn, the natural stop is the hand doesn't go past your toe. If I'm here, my hand doesn't go past my foot. So elbow down, shoulders relaxed. See, this I think I'm being quite selfless. Me drinking beer is so you can see that my hand doesn't go too far away from my body, not for any other reason. And that's very generous of me. I don't think many teachers will be so thoughtful as to drink beer to help you learn Tai Chi. Okay. Push. Boom. You can see when I turn, my arms don't move very much. I'm not pulling this hand in and pushing it out. I'm turning, opening my shoulder joint, making a circle, coming forward. So you know when we do this exercise here, this one at the beginning, number one, I'm kind of doing that. Brush. 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 You practice number one exercise, you practice the bear exercise, and then you get more of a feeling for brushing your twist okay? Or Cheng 5 exercises. Just practice those. We'll get to that. Spend more time on that. Okay, let's have a look. See how you're getting on. There's a message. Okay, you comfortable with that? Because we're going to go on to the four corners now. The more you practice this, the more you get the feeling of it. So the four corners. So after we've gone into low punch, the next section is very familiar to you. So from low punch, sit back, hold a ball, step through right foot, and you're just into ward off right. And then from ward off right, we're just going to do the usual gracious spell cell. So roll back, press, push, single whip. Okay. So just checking everybody. I'm going to put this back onto one camera so you can watch it again later. Remember, each of you, if you're watching, you should just have one large picture of me, and you don't speaker view. If you want gallery view, you'll get everybody. You can choose whichever you like in the corner. And I'm recording this. I'm kind of flicking between the two, predominantly leaving it on speaker view. I'll flick between the two to how you're getting on, but you can leave whatever setting you like. Speaker view is private speaking, one large picture. Gallery view is everybody. Right. So from here, where am I? I lost track where I am now. Over here. I'm over here. Ah, here we go. Disorientate myself. I'm over here. So 4 corners are really just 2 corners and 2 repeated. The first one, I'm just going to leave my arms down. So I'm going to forget my arms for now. The first corner, I'll sit back, turn my toe around, step to the first corner. Second corner, turn through 180 degrees or 270, sorry. Second corner. Third corner, step across over here. Fourth corner, all the way around, 3/4, 270, and that's the fourth corner. Single whip. First corner, sit back. Bring your left foot through, your left hand under. Sit back to your left foot, turn and hold a ball. Step across. Change weight to your right leg. You're going to step to the corner of the room with your left foot. Step through to the corner. As you change weight, bring your left hand up. Turn and push. So what you're doing with your hands is kind of like your top hands above your eyebrow, like you're lifting your hat slightly. And then push. Lift and push. So onto the corner. Second corner, sit back like you do roll back. Bring your left foot all the way around. Sit into your left leg. Turn your body so you're facing where you're going. Step through to the corner. Move your body through. Right hand comes up and turn. So right hand just above your eyebrow. Left hand in front of your elbow. Third corner, sit back, hold the ball, step across slightly, step to the corner, bring your left hand up and turn. Fourth corner, sit back, all the way around, step through, change, corner. Now, the way the 4 corners work, it's essential about your angles of your feet, because you're always setting yourself up to where you're going to. If you don't get your feet angle right, then it will feel really uncomfortable. You might feel off balance, you might feel a strain on your knee or hip. That just means you didn't set yourself up correctly. Maybe at the moment you haven't got enough range of movements in your body, so don't go quite to the corners, reduce the angles. What I'm going to do, you can see from here, I'm facing directly that way, backwards about 45 degrees. When I do the first corner, I bring the left foot past 90. It doesn't go to less than 90, it goes past 90, as far as it can come round. So when I move to my left foot and turn, I can easily open my hips and step through to the corner. And if you stepping through to that corner puts any strain on your knee, on your left knee, any strain on your left hip, it's because you weren't able or hadn't rotated your left foot correctly. So when you move through to your right foot and turn, my feet are shoulder width, but I'm over to the corner. If that feels uncomfortable, any part of that feels uncomfortable on your knees or your hips, this section of the form is the most challenging in terms of angles. If anything feels uncomfortable on your knees or your hips, reduce the angles or look what your setup was. So from here, when I go back to the beginning, My left foot is directly forwards. My right foot is about 35, 40 degrees, something like that. When I sit back, I need to be able to take my left foot past 90. Here, I need to take my left foot past 90. If I can't do that, if I take it 45 or 50 degrees, when I try and turn, I won't have enough range of movement and I put pressure on my knee. If I take it to 90, it's possible, but past 90 is what you really want. If you don't have the range of movement in your hips, then don't go to the corner. Reduce the angle. Sit back, turn as far as is comfortable. Ideally, again, past 90, but if you get stuck less than 90, make an adjustment, then turn it again. Because to get to the corner, you've got to get your foot all the way around. Turn, step to the corner, move through, and then turn. All the time, it's about your proprioception, it's about your awareness of where your body weight is and awareness where your joints and alignments are. Now, I know, like Bob, for example, you were talking before about hip and knee joint replacements and things. Everything's got a natural range of movement. Tai Chi should put no strain on you. If there's any strain or pain, that's not Tai Chi. That's just trying to follow a pattern. But your body is your body. Your range of movement is your range of movement within the natural range of movement of your joints. And I can show you a skeleton again. I can talk about how much range of movement is in the hips. Sorry, that's the postural. Any range of movement that's in the hip, ball and socket joint. But if you don't have that range of movement in your ball and socket, if your hip, ball and socket joint hasn't got the range of movement for reasons like wear and tear, so you might need a hip replacement maybe, or reasons of tension in your ligaments and other muscles, tendons, doesn't give you the range of movement. That's what the loosening exercises are for, to give you the full range of movement. This is a ball and socket that has a large range of movement. If you don't have the range of movement in that joint, don't force it. Tai Chi should be natural and healthy. Just reduce the angles. In practice, maybe put a slight adjustment in as you go around, but you don't put pressure or strain on this. So what I'm looking to do is when I'm here doing single whip, when I turn, I sit back, I move both his hip joints so that foot can get past 90. If you can't get past 90, make an adjustment, make another adjustment. Okay, so I'll sit back, that foot can only go to 45 or 50, and with your right foot, make an adjustment so you can continue to adjust your left foot. Then turn, step through to the corner, in, bring your left foot round. Okay. Here, back turn, in, through, step, and turn. In the largest range, through, turn. The first corner, turn, change, step comfortably, step to the corner. Second corner, all the way around past 90, through, oops, step through, and turn. You should feel no tension, no pressure in your hips, no torque or tension in your knees. It should feel loose and comfortable. If it doesn't, check the angles of your feet, check the range of movement and your balance. Right, so I'll do it from the form properly again. Single whip. First corner, sit back, turn, bring your foot past 90, change your left leg, turn. Step across, change weight to your right leg, you're going to go to the corner, step through to the corner with your left foot, bring your left arm up, turn and move through under your hand. Sit back, And your right foot all the way around. Turn. Step through to the corner. Move and turn. Once you've got two corners working and you've felt what your knees feel like or what your hips feel like, what your balance feels like. So if you feel like you're on a tightrope and you're struggling to balance, then you haven't got the angles right. And you should always be looking at your feet being shoulder width. It doesn't matter that I'm turning to an angle, feet shoulder width. Turn to an angle, feet shoulder width. Turn to an angle, feet shoulder width. If you're doing the basic movements, feet shoulder width, weight correctly distributed, no pressure on your knees, no pressure on your hips, that's Tai Chi. If you're just doing a pattern of four corners, that's not Tai Chi, you'll cause yourself injury. Okay. Switch back to the other camera. And blinked, and now it's gone 7:30. All right. How are you getting on? The four corners is the hardest bit. Well, the hardest bit. Let's say four corners is not quite as easy as the rest of it. So four corners is a part where you challenge your balance. You start to really challenge the angles. And it's important that you take your time. And you can see that it's this late in the form, because by now you've got more positional awareness, you've got more sense of alignment, you've got more sense of relaxation, and more feedback through your body, so you're not straining and pushing. Tai Chi should not hurt your hips. Tai Chi should not hurt your knees. There should be no torsional force in any joint. And you should not feel off balance. And when you first start, I get that's the case because we're learning. But by the time you get to four corners, it shouldn't strain at your body, shouldn't make you feel off balance. It should put no pressure in your joints. If it is, you need to look at the angles. You need to look at where your body weight is, your body positioning. Okay? You feel comfortable with that? You're okay with that? Fabulous. That's excellent. It's especially helpful for you, Bob, paying attention to your knees and your hips. It doesn't matter what's going on with them. I meet many Tai Chi people who've got bad knees and bad hips. And it's not Tai Chi that's done that. It may be historical other stuff that's done it in their life. But lots of people have injured themselves through doing Tai Chi because they're too busy focused on the pattern, not listening to their body. Tai Chi is to strengthen and heal and mobilize your body, not harm it. Okay, it's not wushu. This is not gymnastics. It's different. Okay, whole body musculoskeletal rehab. Great, fantastic. Thank you all very much. Keep up your practice. I'll see you next week. This will be uploaded to YouTube so you can watch it, and we'll see how you go. Any questions between now and then? Drop me a message. Otherwise, we'll review four corners again next week. Thank you all very much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Cheers, Mark. Yeah.
Thanks. Oh, yeah. Lovely. Lovely. I love it. Excellent. That's so way.